Today is October 5th, 2023. It was a pretty warm day. We got to 82 degrees. It's now down to 75. And take a look at this. Northern Maine. The leaves are already past peak. A lot of the trees are actually bald right now. There's still some good color here and there, but we are past peak in northern Maine. Yesterday, on the 4th, I was down on, I'd say, the upper middle part of New Hampshire. We went down things like the Kankamangas Highway. They are not done, or they're not even to peak yet. They're like maybe a week away. It was colorful, but not completely full yet. Maybe if we get a chance, we'll go back there in like a week or so. Maybe that'll be even prettier. But the thing is, the elevations, when you got a lot of mountains, it's very varying. Yesterday when I was in New Hampshire, I saw areas that looked like this, past peak. And I also saw areas that were like 20 minutes away that were still green. It hadn't really even started yet. So when you got a lot of different elevations, different wind currents and things, it's very hard to predict. Like when you look at the fall foliage map of New England, it is accurate to an extent because it doesn't factor in elevation. It just factors in like points north, the average elevation, I would say. But today we are heading down this road. It's already 4 o'clock. We'll be there in about an hour. We'll still have some daylight. We're coming to check out the Beaver intersection. They always cause a blockage at this one logging intersection, and I want to see if they did anything today. They hadn't really been a problem there all year, mainly because somebody else has been unclogging it, and it's a secondary pond, so it's not a big priority. The beavers don't prioritize it. And it being a secondary pond, it doesn't matter what time of year we're here, we can still morally remove it because they don't live there. It won't affect them. Look at all these nice bridges. If I would have been here 2 years ago, all these bridges I'm driving over were giant culverts. And the river got high and it eroded all around the culverts. I'm glad they finally decided to put some bridges in. If I see any extraordinarily colorful areas on the way here, I will give you guys a look. But it's going to be like another hour to get there. Usually on this road, I'd be going fast. I'd be going like 45 miles an hour, which is the speed limit. But today I'm going like 25 because a lot of this road has big potholes. Right here, this is actually a good spot, but most of the road back there was pretty bad. This area is a little, yeah, it is actually better, so I can go a little faster. We are running out of daylight. I'm not used to the days being this short. I never really got used to it yet from the summer. It gets dark now at about 6. We got 2 more hours of daylight. And pretty soon we got daylight savings coming, and it'll be even, by that time, give it another month of getting the days shortened, and then we just suddenly lose an hour. It'll be getting dark at around 4. We are dozens of miles away from anything right now. And I just passed someone with a gigantic backpack hiking out here on all these dirt roads. Really pretty here. Lots of fall colors. Very rocky, bumpy road. anyone today. It's becoming that time of year. These roads are basically abandoned. The tree peepers or the leaf peepers don't come out this far. In the summer, we got some tourists that come out this far, but this time of year, I think right now it is hunting season, or about to be hunting season, so that's probably the only people we'd see out here. The people, they all got their orange hats. I have an orange hat on right now too. It's smart to have an orange hat when you're walking around in the bushes, so somebody doesn't mistaken you for a bear. Alright everybody, we are pulling up on the logging intersection. I don't think there's going to be a flood. I didn't come here with much confidence because they seem to have been pretty on top of it this year. Yeah. It honestly looks like it was just drained. I want to get out and take a look at it though. This spring was the best unclogging season I've ever had in my life. We were averaging like 3 uncloggings a day because the rain was so heavy and the beavers became such a huge problem. But ever since like July maybe, usually we don't have much luck past June, but this year we had like a whole nother month of unclogging season because of the rain. Now they've really stepped up with trapping these beavers, and yeah, that's basically it. They're just trapping and killing off the beavers like crazy now because they can't do it in the spring. They have to wait until summer usually by law. These private roads, they can do whatever they want. It's their property. But usually they wait until the beavers won't have babies that'll be dependent on them because it's more humane, and that's what happens this time of year. This is when they have now picked them all off, so there won't be huge beaver problems again probably until the spring. Just looking at the trees, it looks like we're about to become winter. A lot of the leaves are gone, but yet I just got out and I'm like, woo, I didn't expect it to be so hot out. It's still warm and humid. This might be the last time I feel it this year. Yeah. Somebody's definitely unclogging these other than me. I haven't been here in like a month, and I feel like that would have been a little more grown in. Yeah, that is wide open. Somebody else has been keeping up with these beavers. But I can tell the beavers, they're still being a problem. Somebody's just keeping up with it. So this will have to become a location that we don't purposely go to anymore. It's just not feasible driving 3 hours out to a place like this and not doing anything. Yeah, somebody just pulled this out of there in the past few days. Nothing has been built back. And look at the edge of the pond. That was recently like over maybe even 3 feet higher. Yeah, I can tell the whole edge there, that would have grown in. This has been flooded a good amount this year. I can also see between the cattails, see all the silt. That water was much higher not too long ago. And the beavers actually live up there. There's a giant dam with a much deeper pond. And this is a beaver dam here, this lump covered in grass. The beavers are the ones who built this higher, so the water level could be well above the road. I don't know if this is from people or beavers coming out here, but this is all rocky because water. Most years, this is always flooded. This year, I only found it flooded once in the spring. Somebody's been keeping up with it. Although whoever's been unclogging it, the last time we came out here, we had to cut a slot in it because they were just letting it build up there. But it looks like this time, they actually cut a slit through it. Last time they left it like a dam, so whatever got pushed through the culvert just got stuck here in the end and I had to pull it out. This time they actually did that. I wonder if it's someone who watches the videos. Yeah, somebody didn't let it just pile at the end where it would become a internal clog. Water levels are pretty low up here. There's a lot more mud that I have ever seen before, somehow. Wonder where it all came from. Maybe there was a failure upstream further, because we've definitely lowered it this much. I've never seen so much mud showing in here. Maybe it's because usually there's more grass growing or something. These were groundhole hogs. I mean, groundhog holes, which now are clearly abandoned, but they haven't filled them in yet. I just took a walk up here because I wanted to see how easy that'd be to drive up. You'd have to drive up the sand there with a bunch of speed. Then up here, the road is too overgrown to fit, at least for me. So most of the people that drive there, maybe it's an ATV. I'm seeing so many deer tracks right there. And up here, I see tire tracks leading up against the hill. Not right here, over there. It looks like someone took a bunch of sand with buckets home. But I'm taking a walk right now because I want to look at their primary beaver pond just to see how it's doing. Because I'm just curious. Maybe all that mud came from a failure upstream because a lot of silt builds up behind a dam. But I think just the grass didn't grow there a lot this year. Look at all this erosion here from the rain. This road is just made of sand, got moose tracks. Last year when we had a big drought, this section of road here with all this sand, I was afraid I was gonna get stuck in it just driving. That's how dry the road was. When a road's really dry, you just sink into it because it turns to dust. Their beaver pond's doing well. It's still completely full. No worries for them. This here just seemed like it would be a fun place to drive up. This is the other side of the hill where I parked. I've never driven on something like this. I imagine if I went too slow, I'd have to back down it because I would just spin and dig myself into a hole. You see someone, looks like they pulled their truck up here, and you see with a shovel, it looks like they probably put it into some buckets. Maybe they're building a patio or something and needed sand. So they came out here to the logging company's old gravel pit. This obviously hasn't been used in a long time, but this is where they got a lot of their sand and fill for building these roads. On the other side, see somebody spun out and made some big holes here. It's very, very loose. There's multiple areas of toilet paper. This is someone's pooping area, and somebody's hoodie is right there. So right here, earlier in the year, maybe even up to here, this whole area was a big pool of water. Thousands of tadpoles in it. Now, I just walked through there on the way up, walked around it on the way back. I got pretty muddy, and most of the mud's fallen off, but I think I need some new shoes. These ones got a bunch of holes in them. Got a lot of sand in. I should start wearing steel-toe shoes like I used to. Haven't worn them in a while. Got a lot of mud here. These roads are very dusty today. Dusty enough that it's inevitable. I gotta use the power washer. Dust everywhere. So we can get a little muddy. Get that off later. Just wanna see how far I can go up that before I start spinning. I gotta do four-wheel drive. That didn't take long at all to start spinning. Didn't take long at all. I'd have to hit that with substantial speed, it seems, to make it up that. But I got no experience in that. I'm not gonna risk tipping over. Boom. That mud's deep and it stinks. It's mud. We just stirred up some stuff. It smells like sewage out there now. Gross. Had a little trouble backing up there. It's so dirty, the back window. Oh, there goes the mud flying all over the place. Stuck to the wheels.